sun, you could have stayed. It's only over when the day is done. I never knew you was a runner, yeah. I mistook you for a son. It don't matter what we think when it's all over. 'Cause this is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah. This is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah.
Archie, is it fun?
Fun.
Fun.
After me. Ready? Happy?
Happy.
New?
New?
New.
Boom.
Was wrong to say I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the best of times through color glass, time moves on enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it creeps on back to shade my smile.
Okay, today is May 24th, 2021, and it's 2:53 a.m., close to 3 a.m. I haven't been showing you much about my subscribers lately, but yeah, they still be messing around with my subscribers. Yesterday, when I got up, it was 1,086, I believe, 86. And by the end of the day, after I finished edit a video, it was 82, I believe, 1,082. Now it's 1,081. So they're still messing around with my channel. So please keep checking your subscription. And I know there are some people who haven't been seeing some of my notification. So, you know, I try to put at least one video a day. Even though some of the videos are somewhat late, but I try to schedule them at least one video a day. But as the summer get closer, you know, I may have less videos because I'll be doing a lot of activities with the kids. So just keep checking your notification, make sure you subscribe and things like that. So yeah, and it's been is it a month yet? But they haven't approved my channel yet, so you have an idea why. Yeah, so keep checking your subscription. All right, let's go on Twitter and see what's going on. All right. What happened here? Quote, analysts said the Duke of Cambridge's comments are part of the plan backed by Downing Street to persuade Scotland to resist nationalist demands, end quote. I just saw something when I turned on my computer that he's in Scotland, he's talking to the seniors. So I believe so too. The minute I saw it, I think it was ET Canada thumbnails that I saw, and they show him smiling with the seniors. So yeah, that's exactly that. That's exactly that. That was the first thing that popped up in my mind. Of course, it is the plan. Okay, but I thought royals can be political. I believe there's gonna be some sort of election for Scotland, or some sort of memorandum. I mean, those kids in Scotland need to vote. They just need to vote. So fighting and throwing rocks and all of this doesn't help. It's what's in the ballot that helps. So they're going to the seniors, because the seniors are the one who are more loyalist. Okay, so to persuade them to, when they vote, to vote for them. All right, he is looking more and more like Duke of Kent all the time. Okay, is the Duke of Kent the one who looks like ostrich? Oh, let's see. Nothing genuine with this man. Okay, of course it is part of the government plan, but Scotland will have to ask themselves if they want to be subject of crown, and if the royal family bring any benefit to Scotland. It's their choice. That's fine. It is their choice. The way that I see UK is going on, it's really sad. I believe there's someone, activist got shot on the head. I'm not sure if I bookmarked that, but yesterday as I was turning off my computer, I saw it. I was like, oh damn. So yeah, they're really going at that direction where they're gonna be, how do they call this? I guess totalitarian kind of government. Okay, let's see here. Boris must be out of his mind if he thinks dull, boring, and unrelatable William can stop Scotland from living. Well, you never know. Look how they just vote themselves. Look how the UK just vote. All right, to keep I believe the Tories, I might be wrong. So majority of the people still remain in power, and then they're doing those things. So yeah, there's a possibility it might go that way. And if you look at the US, they're still fighting to go the direction that Trump was taking the country, even though we had to fight for it. And you see how they're changing the thing. There's a plan that was going on. If you look if you look around the world of things that's going on, okay, it was going in the same direction. It's through, the US is the only one who's fighting with the last thread right now. Okay, so there's a possibility Scotland might still remain the way it is. Look how they're sending him to go speak to the seniors. Okay, and the picture that I saw from the ET Canada thing, he had no mask on, talking to the seniors. Then they said there's a new variant or something that's going on. And look at this, for instance. All right, opposition journalists arrested in Belarus after fighter jet intercept. All right, all of this. Okay, where's that thing from ET Canada I saw? She won't have signed my British deal force. Okay, there's British things is still going on. There it is. There's the one that I was talking about. Okay, Prince William flirt with seniors on Scotland tour. All right, look at his face. Look at him. That picture that they show, look at his eyes. It's pretty much to persuade those old people to keep them in their power or something like that. All right. Okay, how Tulsa Green massacre echoes today. All right, so the fighting is as strong as it is, from back then. So yeah, the minute I saw it, I was like, yeah, that's the reason he's over there. Nothing else. Of course, they have to look for their interests. But if people don't see exactly what's going on, and this is why they're keeping, you see a lot of my videos are being blocked or, not being shown in the UK, because if people knows of things that's going on, they'll be more than happy to get the hell out of there. All right, is UK not that slowly falling apart? Yeah, they're keeping a lot of information out. Not out, but prevent people from seeing it. Okay, is that considered political involvement? Royals don't do politics, right? That's the rolling eye. Alright, let's see. Let's go back and see. That's this. What is that? Women rule the Billboard Music Award. Okay, so that's other thing. Alright, well, Suter, really good perspective about rent path to seeking help and the roadblocks that confront thread. Alright. Let me focus on the thing. Since I showed, let's see. Okay. Okay, I was skeptical going in, but the me you can't see is such a powerful viewing experience. I've struggled with depression, anxiety for over a decade, but it took my dad killing himself and a pandemic for me to finally seek help. I have a degree in psychology. My stepdad was a LCSW. All right, I'll never forget being a grad student at University of was that of I don't know what the R stand for, telling multiple professors how much I was struggling with severe depression, saying things that were blatant cries for help, and their response being that maybe I should go to the student health center for counseling. Okay, if that's what they knew, that's the best thing they. Okay, did she go to student health center counseling? All right. At the time, I was having near constant daydream about driving my car into a tree. What? Thinking through the logistic of how to kill myself without being an obvious suicide. I wasn't going to class. I wasn't turning in assignments. I was sleeping sometimes 20 plus hours at a time. Okay, this was not my first brush with depression, anxiety. In high school, a teacher noticed some self-harm marks on my arm that Hoodie wasn't quite hiding. Right, he pulled me aside right before the end of class and had a really difficult discussion about self-harm. He explained why he had to report it to administration, but made sure I knew I could always come speak to him. A year later, they let him go because of petty politics. Wow. So this is a teacher who was seeing the sign. Petty politics, so they let him go. The only teacher who recognized my cry for help when I let my hoodie sleeve slip down and he was gone. My high school required me to attend counseling. The problem, my family couldn't afford it. There was no monetary help for this, but I was now required by my school to prove I was actively going to counseling. We found a local place that offers sliding scale services. Okay, my stepfather had died a year prior. At the time, my mom was seeing a psychologist to process her grief whenever she could afford a session. Wow, the whole family. Now, instead, she had to use her own therapy money to send me to the weekly counseling session required by my school. It was only $30 per week, the cheapest person we could find. He didn't even have a degree. What? He didn't even have a degree in psychology, just a MA in divinity, but it was the only person we could afford that fit the criteria given to us by my school. Okay, it wasn't the best first introduction to therapy, but oh man, was it a hell of a lot better than my grad school professor leaving me to languish in a pit of my own despair. I don't really know where I am going with this, especially. I'm just thinking about my own experiences. Okay, my own experiences, my father's suicide, and how much as a country, a society, we need to do better job at addressing mental health, at giving people the space to talk about it openly. And then this is the thing here, a lot of people who feel like they want to come out and speak, and you're always hearing the haters who saying, oh, you should have done this, you should have done that. Why don't you just accept the way the person make it? Because this is the know-how that they know. My goodness, all right? My father's suicide and how much a country, a society, we need to do better job at addressing mental health, at giving people space to talk about it openly. Oh wow, okay, so this seems to have struck a chord. Thanks for the support, everyone. I didn't really think anyone will see this. I should clarify, I'm okay now. So some people had responded. I didn't really think anyone will see it. I should clarify, I'm okay now. It'll most likely be a lifelong struggle with flare-ups here and there, but I haven't been suicidal in years. Alright, so this is the thing where you still consistently talk to people. That's the thing here, because you just never know when out of nowhere the thing comes. Okay, a bit of a timeline. My stepdad died of cancer in 2005. I first went to therapy sometimes in 2006 or 2007. I went to grad school in 2014 and 2015. My dad unsubscribed from life, that's the dad suicide, my preference enthusiasm for suicide, in 2019. Not too long ago, 2 years, 2 years ago? Alright? Or 2 or 3 years ago. I started therapy again in 2021, so this year. Okay, part of my point is also that it doesn't matter how much exposure you have to psychology or the benefits of therapy. When you're struggling with mental illness, that first step can feel almost impossible to take, and no one can or should be expected to do it themselves. Okay, and the US system is definitely broken. Oh, definitely. It took about 8 months to find a therapist who both accepted my insurance and was seeing a new patient. I contacted over a dozen different people. Each batch of calls was excruciating and took a few weeks to talk myself into doing. That's what I'm thinking right now. Okay, part of this is the pandemic. More people are seeking help, which is great, but it's also showing the crack in our system. I can't imagine how much harder it would have been without insurance, without a husband for support, without a job manager that gives me room to recover. Okay, and a system that even pre-pandemic in one of the best country in the US for free, affordable health care, Napa, Sonoma, failed my father. It continues to fail my mom, a 64-year-old on Medicaid who can't find a dentist who won't butcher her teeth, let alone psychologists. So yeah, thanks everyone for reading. Anyone struggle now? No, it's not a cliche. It doesn't actually get better. Everyone else, we got work to do. Yeah, this is very, very hard. I don't know. I would say maybe, I'm not saying just pick anybody, but because the squad really have, you don't have to give your full name, your full information. If there's a squad who's willing to listen to you, go on DM and speak, do some DM with someone that you trust on yeah, it's really hard because you just never know who you're talking to on the other side. So, that's very hard. Okay, sorry we went to this. Hope you find healing. I'm so sorry to hear about your dad. I'm glad you are getting help now. Okay, I went through something eerily similar. However, my family used to use the cost excuse because they didn't want me speaking the truth about what actually went on in my family. My school didn't do anything but rather sat me in a room, parents, teachers, and even bullies, and proceeded. And the thing is that when you look at school system, I mean, there's a lot of training that needs to go with a lot of teachers in the public school. I'm talking more in the US. When you see some kids, because they're bringing their hate and their belief and stuff into their teaching, when in fact there should be a standard. I mean, sometimes you could, branch out of the standard depending on the student that you meet, but when they bring their own teaching, their own analogy into stuff where they feel like your hair should that be that way, and then they took it upon themselves to cut the child's hair and all of this. So there's a lot of things that needs to go on, and to teachers, give them that psychology kind of thing to understand, when to see the sign, to do something about it. Look at, she met the teacher who saw the sign. Maybe that teacher was one of the teachers who really care about the students, where perhaps he was fighting. I don't know. I'm just saying based on what she read, she wrote, is that that teacher was probably one of the teachers who was fighting for the students. And then when he was really showing that he cared, and the thing was against the norm of how they want to proceed with the schooling system, which is a failing way, and then they kick him out. All right, so if he had other support, other teachers who see or saw the way he, whatever he was fighting, perhaps, or if parents knew, that's another thing. If parents knew what he was fighting for, perhaps they would have backed him up. But yeah, this is why people, sometimes needs to speak up when they feel where it's safe. And yeah, there's so much going on. And I sort of saw the thing, the was it the me you can't see, the I saw it. I still need to go back and see it, because when I was watching it there was a lot of talking and things like that, so I wasn't really paying attention the way I should. Okay, I saw the last episode. The only problem I have, the way the Apple TV put it, is that they put all of the episode all at once. And look at this. All we're talking about is the Harry part. And there's, what, is it 5 episodes? I think I saw 4 or 5. And they put all of them out. If they had do like the Game of Thrones, you know, when every week they put something out, so at least let people marinate, understand the thing, each of those episodes to talk about it. But they put everything out. You don't really get to see the other people, because when I was looking, I went straight to the one for heavy stuff. So when I realized there's more, and I was like, you know what, maybe I'll make it something where when I'm not doing anything, I could go and watch it on my own to see the other one. So that was my only I guess criticism about the way they put it. Alright, I'm already 18 minutes, so let's see here. So I saw this, so let me go back from up to down. So that was the last thing oh shit, it's not showing. Okay, so I guess this is some people were removing it. There's more coordinated attack against the marginalized LGBTQ community and organization in the UK press this weekend. Don't buy them, don't click on or share their clicks, and ask advertisers to stop funding the hate. So when I saw this, there's a video that I think I'm uploading it now. Alright, so that's this. That's the video with when I first heard of what William talk about the Dyson report. So that's that one. So I uploaded my reaction when I first heard it and everything like that. So this is it. So I think it's in it. I think where I was talking about where's the thing? When I was talking about you know, we in this together. There's a video, a little segment, a tweet that I came across about gays and stuff like that. So I had bookmarked it and I spoke about it, and I felt like, you know, we all should you know, support the gays, the lesbian, the, you know, where's it, LGBTQ community, because it's a fight for all of us. Alright, you may not agree with their lifestyle. I'm not saying for you to agree with their lifestyle. I'm just agreeing that they have a right to. Alright, they have a right to be who they are. So people should not control that. This is what I was saying in that particular video and things like that. And I think I bookmarked this also for the same reason, just to support them, you know. And there's a thing that I saw, I think I mentioned it, but I hope I bookmark it. This activist who got shot in the head in the UK. Alright, so when I saw this, the way they put this, I just had to bookmark it, the picture. Breaking. Following their nil point Eurovision embarrassment, the UK unveiled their 2022 comeback supergroup. There's that. I thought that was really funny. Okay, where is Piti Patel? The group will want to flash some TNT to make them watchable. Okay, also for diversity. Okay, this time they will get 0 with that talent group. But hey, they won. Look what happened on the oh shit, I have to move this. I saw a picture coming soon. What is it? Look what happened to the election that just happened. Alright, it went to, you know, to still suppress people. Alright, Ben needs a name chief. I suggest Nasty Nigel and Grifters. How about it? Oh my god. I have to go through that really quick. They put a penis head on top of this one. Alright, they forget to add William. We won if you count the legal votes. That's right. What legal vote? In terms of politics, yeah, in terms of politics they won. Okay, haha. I'm sure Loza Fox can take time from his amazing political career to partake in the adventure. When you look at political aspect of things with the UK, the group that they're making fun of now, they won. They are. We could turn it as much as we want, but people need to vote. The young people, if they think that those people are for them, they got a bridge to sell you. But my goodness, haha, brilliant. Okay, let me go to the next one. Next tweet. Okay, what amazes me is Harry told the family he wanted to leave, and they said he couldn't do that. OMG, no, Harry, you can't leave home. You're 36, for God's sakes. People laughing. So happy he realized how ridiculous that sounded. Okay, what amazes me is that actually want him to come back alone. Like seriously, do they think if this was to happen for miracle, Harry wouldn't be the same person? They even mocking him for going to therapy. It's like after he met Meghan, he's a different person and all of that. But sometimes when you think about it, what kind of a person do they want? Do they want someone who wants to be how do you call this, a pedophile, or someone who wants to do harm to others and all of that? Is that what they really want Harry to be? The type of person that we used to see on the tabloid, him stripping naked in Vegas and all of that? Is that what they actually want him to be? Okay, what amazes me is that actually okay, I read that. They actually, okay. I guess the family initially knew Baldy will lose once Harry leaves. Let's see how the thing here. Baldy looks more incandescent than ever. That's why I believe that it wasn't easy to just pack up Meghan and have her admitted to an institution. Just spoke to people, okay? It's like all of their moves are monitored and they can't just do that as they please. The press just adds to that as well. So sad. And then that's the thing. They want him to do what they, as they please, but they're leaking information out. It's like if they were keeping things to themselves and try to solve the problem, but no, they have to get the I guess, it's part of the plan, so people will not like them. But when people outside of the UK, they see things for what it is. They weren't buying it, so they wanted the UK, people in the UK to bash him and all of this. Okay, that's why I believe that it wasn't easy to just pack up Meghan and have her admitted to an institution. It's like all their moves are monitored and they can't just do that as they please. The press just add to that as well. So sad. Spot on. It's like when they go on about her going to New York, nothing is done without the Queen approval. She holds all passport. All travel for royal is organized by royal aid. They act like Meghan could just pick up a phone and book a flight. People are laughing, but yeah, Meghan said that they took her passport. Right, remember they first lied that Meghan blindsided the Queen, but never ever leaked that Harry and Meghan tried doing the blockbuster stepping into real living and absolute maturity and compassion. I doubt anything can shame the shameless firm and their derangers in this universe, no conscience. Alright, he asks, quote, well, how bad does it have to get, end quote. There's a lot of things I can't really show with that Apple thing. There's some of them that I have to re-upload twice, because when I saw the copyrighted, I took it down and I saw where they said there's a copyright, and I went back to the original file and cut them out or do something to prevent it. There was a part where I was trying to say what he said and it was too much work for me, and I just cut it. So there's a lot of things that they're showing that I can't really show you guys. Okay, and then giving direction to the press where was with his, and on top of that, cutting his security, so if something happens him and family, he will be the only one to blame for leaving. This is the kind of abuse and evil he was dealing with. Okay, blackmailed by Charles to try and make them come back, but it didn't work. That's why they took all of their stuff away from them, security, money, and everything. When you think about it, at the end of the day, maybe it was for the best, because if the security is given by Charles, can you imagine every move that they make? They probably will have to report to Charles. Where are they going now? Alright, security will have to call Charles and say, oh, they're going here, there's this plan here, or something like that. So even if they don't know in advance, the security, if they only know just right about the same day or the same moment that Harry said, oh, we're going here, they probably will call Charles and say, this is where we're going now. All right, let them know. So maybe it was the best. maybe it was the best that they took the security away, because now they won't know all of their moves. All right, blackmail by Charles to try and make them come back, but it didn't work. Instead, they receive a roof over their head and security from a beautiful American man. Got job, bought a house, and thrived. So happy they didn't give up. I mean, they must have been punching walls to see they got all of that help, because they were hoping they didn't get that. That's the thing here. They were hoping they didn't get the roof over their head, the security, and all of that, and then for them to call back. We have to pray for Tyler Perry also, for was able to see, that they needed the help. Okay, that's not a family. It really is a firm. You resign and your resignation is accepted or not. I'm so happy for Harry for breaking away from the cult firm. It's pretty much a cult. Okay, they needed Harry there to continue propping up William, creating charitable organization, making William look responsible when he actually does nothing. Notice since Harry left, what has William and Mumbles done? By now you should know what Mumbles, okay? 0. Yeah, you got it. All right. It happened and controlled relationship, and cult so happy for him and his family. Truly absurd human rights abuse. And by now, I mean, those young royals, they just probably make it really difficult for them, unless if they're gonna do, how do they call this, arranged marriages, where they talk to a family and do some sort of arranged marriage. Because all I see here is like they're making it harder for the younger royals to get into that family, especially for women. It's a bit different for men, but for women it's much difficult. All right, next tweet. So looking back, Harry took everything on the chin, and despite his brother's racism, went ahead and included him in the wedding as his best man and tried to take it as perhaps some concern, only for a couple of months to pass and his brother to use his people to start. Okay, systematically going after his wife until at some point it just became unbearable and they left. And I think for some reason, I don't think Harry really did see it. I don't know. Did he really see it that way? Maybe he was trying to give him time, or maybe, okay, it could be. I'm not discrediting the professor. Maybe because, to make the firm look good. All right, because Harry was his best man. So in return, to make the firm look good, that he was his best man. Because imagine if Harry were to pick Nachos, for instance, as his best man. Can you imagine the talk of the town? All right, and I'm pretty sure this is who he probably would prefer instead of William, but because of the facade, all right, the performance of things for the firm, he had no choice. He had to do that. And then, imagine if he had picked someone else where they're saying, oh, we spend that much money, they start flaunting the money aspect, or the taxpayers did this, the taxpayers did that, when in fact there's a lot more that was returned for the wedding. So I think it was just a performance thing and things like that. Or maybe he didn't have any choice but to get him. All right, guys, knowing what they did, Meghan and Harry were actually ridiculously magnanimous and somewhat naive with hindsight. They still wanted to believe the best of that bald-headed mother effers, despite the fact that he tried to get in the way of their relationship, and that insecure a-hole couldn't even just be patient and let things run their course. He doubled down on his racism after getting a second chance, and even let his nephew get caught in the crossfire. As I was reading this, I'm thinking about the Baldy going to Scotland talking to the seniors, and I think the best thing that is the young people to speak to their grandparents. Speak to them and said, this is what's really going on, because I think the youngsters are more enlightened, and to let them know, the grandparents, this is the future. Your vote is gonna lead into my future, because if they vote to keep the monarchy intact, you could forget it. They're gonna put an iron fist into them. All right, so this is the young ones need to speak to their grandparents. That's what I see here. Going on the street throwing rocks and all of this, that's not the way. Is go into sometimes it's to get people's attention for those kind of things. But the main thing is your vote, what you put on the ballot. All right, that's the most important thing. And then talk to your grandparents, your mother, your father, depending how old they are, to say, look, they're not for us. This is what's going on, and this is going out of Britex is causing us. All right, talking about fisher, there's issues with fishermen and all of that. All right, you guys gonna be in a bubble by yourself because things that's going on with the European, you're putting yourself in a box pretty much. All right, so you guys need to speak, the youngsters. All right, the teens, the early 20s, the mid 20s, the 30s, maybe the 40s as well. Speak to the grandparents, the seniors, and said, look, this is what's really happening. All right, getting out of Britex, this is what's going on, and this is why all those videos that I put, they shut them out. You can't see them in the UK because they're very damaging. All right, this journalist talking to the royals, Kent, okay, trying to sell their titles to go speak to Putin, these kind of things. Okay, so they won't let you guys see it. They're putting a front. All right. Okay, as a young brother, Harry always took flack to cover for William, but thought he would have always have his back as family. After all, William knew how much Harry wanted to find someone to love and raise a family with. After all, Harry was there for him with Kate, even gave them Diana's ring. Yeah, Harry was 100% of support for the firm and everything. And then he, even as a youngster, all right, he had the knowledge, the mind, the hindsight to say, when the butler said, okay, pick something, a souvenir of your mom, because the video is on YouTube. I can't go in it because I'm gonna get flagged. Is, after Diana passed, and called the boys and said, pick something out of their mom's jewelry as a souvenir. What did Harry pick? His first thing was the ring, because he remembered the ring. He made the connection. When his mother hold his hand with that ring, it used to hurt him. So he wants to remember that, so he could give that to his future wife. All right. Oh, thank God. Oh my God. Okay, when you think about it, as a youngster, he had the hindsight to think of that and put the connection. And then the other one went for some sort of a Rolex watch or something like that. All right, he went for the watch. But when it comes to marriage, William was the one who's gonna get married first, and he was like, okay, you could take the ring to have a connection. And then he came to the realization again to put the connection. When you become king, at least there's something with my mom that is at the throne, which was only the ring. Okay, but when you think about it, it's like a huge phew. Thank God he gave that ring away, because that ring is a curse. That ring is a curse. The minute I heard of that story, and I said, thank God he gave it away, because it's a curse. Not only when he was holding his mother's hand, he was in pain with it. All right, and then his mom was in pain having the ring in her finger, because there was no love. All right, the husband was putting so much pain into their relationship. So that thing is, for all around, is pain. And from what we're hearing now, the brother, okay, is going in the same path as the father. So I don't know. Wow, just wow. Shaking my damn head. No words. Jealousy is a bitch. All right. There's a reply here. Careful. Maybe if future and his staff were busier, they won't have so much time for hate and attempted sabotage. I'm telling you, that whole energy is into creating problem. No wonder why she said this. She pointed up there. When I saw it, I said I have to go into it. Yeah, they have so much. Their energy is consumed. I think they find it more enjoyable to do that, instead of getting an email at 6 a.m. to do certain things. They find it is too much work, but instead they rather focus their time on doing sabotage, doing bad things. All right, this is the type of person they wanted Harry to be sabotaging stuff. Okay, that is to show us that Harry is a complete different person from that other one. Yep, that seems to be the timeline of event. He trusted him so much only to be betrayed. I mean, there's another tweet that I came across where it says, you know, when you look at that family, you know, they'll kill even a member of the family to get the praise that they want. All right. And you think of the Romanovs family where they asked for help by the, was it King the Fifth, whatever King Fifth it was. All right. First he said yes, then he changed his mind because he didn't want the people, the country to be against him for that. All right. And then there's another thing that I came across where Elizabeth, the king that abdicated the throne, who got married with the American one, Wallace Simpson and stuff like that. All right. There's a video I saw on YouTube where he was really working with Hitler to be put back into power and stuff like that. All right. And this is why I felt like there's something with the royal family that had to do with Hitler and everything. And this is why they didn't bomb some places, certain places in the UK, because they were leaving it to be their headquarters and stuff like that. And that's pretty much match with some of the things that I see different places. All right, why certain place in London wasn't bombed? Come across that video and it says, you know, this is why. All right, they wanted to put him back. He was gonna be like a puppet king over there. Okay, preach professor, preach professor. All right, next tweet. All right. Don't know who needs to hear this, but Meghan will never be taken out of the picture. She is the picture we all admire. She isn't going anywhere but forward, leaving the haters behind. Don't come for me, Jesus, I have history. Also, as I was thinking about this, with the two brothers' statement regarding the Dyson report, from what I understand, they didn't really put Harry's statement in front page, only William's things. All right, and I think in one of my videos I read that you see different tabloid, you know, the Suns, the Daily Mail, and all of them flunking the headlines of what William said. Nothing, maybe a small portion. All right, not even really quoting, a very small portion of Harry stuff. No, don't get this twisted. I don't really care that they don't put Harry's statement in front page because he's not a working royal. But this particular investigation had to do with their mothers. So they both had something to say about their mother. So for that, because it's not a negative things about Harry, so they don't put it. So this is the only reason I'm raising that. But I really don't care that they didn't put it because Harry didn't fit into their narrative. So therefore, they don't even bother putting Harry's statement on front page. That was the point of that. All right, do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be afraid, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will surely help you. I will uphold you with my right hand of righteousness. Okay, what shall we then say to these things? If God be for us, who can be against us? That's a good one. Amen. Okay, Meghan is the picture, the wall the picture hung up on. She's the whole damn museum. You know this, okay? And you know this, ma'am. All right, quote, no weapon that is formed against Meghan, Harry, and children shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servant of the Lord, and their righteousness is of me, saith the Lord. Okay, amen. See, the squad are throwing their prayers. For there is therefore no condemnation for them, and that loves the Lord. I love this picture. Every time I see this, I love it. I love it. All right, let's see here. Harry and Meghan will live long, fulfilling lives, grow old gracefully together in their blessed and happy union. They'll continue to prosper, raise their children joyfully, and enjoy the fruit of their labor in Jesus' name. The grace and favor of God will be with them always. Speak on this, sis. Yep. I mean, I go, but it's thinking how each squad feel, they throw a prayer. They need our prayer consistently because the force that Harry was talking about is very powerful. He wasn't lying, even as he was leaving. The force is a very powerful force.
You looked out for me for so long, but the media is a powerful force.
And you see what they have to deal with and what they're still dealing with. Okay, they're too late. Okay, she will live in history no matter what happened next. The name Meghan Markle is already guaranteed a place in history books. Team Meghan. Guess what? If we don't keep on speaking about them, all right, put their work on display, let people know what they're doing, they'll make sure to erase it. Look, even she's alive, they're trying to erase her from her own child's birth certificate. If we don't keep on talking about it, all right, every chance that you get is to talk about it. Let people know the truth. All right, there's no reason to lie. They're doing good things. All right, they want to smear her name. All right, all of their energy to sabotage things, like I read in that other tweet. All right, they put all of their full energy to sabotage her name. All right, to smear her name and all of that. So it's people like me, you, who have to speak the truth, the things that they're actually doing. When everything is said and done, even all those people who's hiring them, when everything is said and done, because if their passport, meaning their skin color, is their passport to always, all right, if things come, too hard for those people who's hiring them, they'll know exactly they fall in place with all the other people. All right, it's just to hope there's more eyes that is open, that see the truth, to fight the system, not to, just because of your skin color to say, no, they're not part of this group or stuff like that. It's to see for what it is and join the fight, because it's bigger than what we are seeing. It's bigger than Meghan. It's bigger than Harry. All right, you see what they're doing. Baldy going over there to Scotland to speak to those old people, because they want to put an iron fist onto things that's going on. All right, them getting themselves out of Brexit, there's a reason. They want to take the country a different way. There's a force out there where they want to align themselves with. And you see the people they supporting. The videos that I've shown, I can show them again because I don't want to get flagged again. All right, it's to align with this type of people, dictatorship, people who, who don't give their people the right to have a voice in things. All right, this is where they're aligning themselves with. So, God is good. Harry and Meghan left the right time. Okay, I'm glad she has one admirer. I'm not a fan of hers. I thought better of her before the Oprah interview. Hey, you were never and you will never. So there's nothing to come here and tell your 2 cents of thought here. All right, look at what she does and not the daily spout of nonsense. She's overexposed to no fault of her own. Okay, her achievement and sharing, helping, and acknowledgement of others should be the focus. You don't have to like her, but kudos should be given. Okay, that's the thing here. Okay, amen, inshallah. All right, let's see here, Jesus. All right, because her work, she even said, Meghan said it with her own word. All right, she could stay behind the scene and do the work. All right, but for some reason they put her up in front. There it is. So God said, okay, she was willing to be a lemon, okay, and you decide, let me make a lemonade out of it for you guys. All right, so you were trying to spew negative about her, but God said, no, that can't be. All right, with the force of this is a long battle. It's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy. They're not gonna hand you the victory like that. All right, next tweet. Harry and Oprah collecting their Emmys and Golden Globe for the Me You Can't See. That's them. I've seen that GIF before. All right. Word on the street is that the Golden Globes are canceled. Okay. I don't know about that. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Well, then, the mighty O and Harry can accept their award on Zoom instead. And Meghan Markle, Empress Doria, Gail, and Stedman can act as glamorous background. Problem solved. By NBC, it could still be picked up by another studio, I think. There must be a reason for that. Was it NBC is the one that hosted, what's the name of the thing, with Donald Trump thing, The Apprentice. All right, so, the force is there. They don't show their full card. All right, those the networks, they have they know who they're backing, but they're not showing full force. But if you cannot read between the line and see which way they want to go, it's because of money. If people know who they really support, and then they start calling those companies who's putting their advertisement into their network, it's game over for them. So this is why they playing two-faced kind of thing. No, NBC has a multi-year broadcast deal with the HFPA to air the Golden Globes and do so at a loss of NBC pays $60 million a year to HFPA per the deal. Okay, pretty sure contractually HFPA can take it to another network. So if, in other words, I think I got what she's saying here. They had a certain contract for a certain amount of year. All right. So if, for instance, NBC broke the contract and said we're not gonna air it, so which means they broke the contract, NBC need to pay them back that money because they broke the contract, and then which means the Golden Globe could take it to another market. You know, there's CBS, there's ABC, and things like that. So they could do that. Okay, why? Okay, there's a, what do you call this, article about it. Okay, is a racist and corrupt. Okay, firms were threatening to boycott their event. Celebs were criticizing the group. Many have been for years, and returning award, and then NBC canceled it. Okay, so that was the thing behind it. Okay, NBC decision not to air the 2022 Golden Globe Award arrives as Netflix, Amazon, and Warner Brothers distance themselves with the NHSBC. So some people were distancing themselves from it. Alright, so because there's some stuff where they're saying some, it's like whoever do the voting or who should win certain things, certain award. There's some stuff going on. It's a little bit political. When, you know, if you let the people vote for it, all right, if let's say best actor or whatever, but then again, when it usually goes to popularity, even if they didn't see the movie or something like that. So it tends to go that way. Okay, yep, and some winners have even returned their award. Really? I didn't know that. Wait, I think they are. Girl, it's a mess, but long overdue. Next tweet. All right. Quote, just because you used to suffer doesn't mean your kids have to, end quote. This is what the people insisting Meghan manipulated Harry into leaving don't get. He didn't just leave to protect her. He left to protect his children from the suffering of losing their mom too soon like he did. I mean, when I'm not gonna play it because I'm gonna get fly. When you look at Harry's face, my goodness, he's a different person. He looks more content, more relaxed. There's less stress. You don't see how do you call this, wrinkles around his eyes that I used to see, and he's only 36. Okay, wow, Harry is definitely a real one. I actually can't believe he said it. All right. Okay, is this good? I see few people, I really like watching it. Also, some people just want to villainize Meghan and will do anything to do so. Like I said, I need to watch it again. I saw it, but I was very distracted. I didn't even see the part where Meghan popped up because, you know, the kids, I'm doing this and that. So I have to watch it at my own time again. And through the clips, I was able to know certain things that were said, but I didn't see the full thing. What happened is that, you know, Meghan wasn't even in the thing, but yet, you know, they're talking a lot about it. All right, exactly. Let's for comment here. Only because she's manipulative, egoistic, nasty. I mean, how do you know that? Meghan still haven't said a word, but people still thinking this is what she is. But she has to live her life at some point. Okay, says someone who doesn't know a person directly, and everything negative came from anonymous sources or people literally paid to be nasty. What does that say about you, Stefan? Okay, nothing nice, I can assure you. Okay, exactly, 100% correct. My goodness, people, this thing about the tabloid in the UK have worked for decades, and I'm so glad that I did that video where I show about how the tabloid came about. It's really, really sad, and it had worked for centuries for them, and this is why they keep at it. People need to speak up and stop buying this stuff. Alright, I saw this and I thought I should bookmark it. It's a thread. Let's see here. Alright, Eurovision. When I first saw about the Eurovision, I think it was either from Page Masters or something. So I'm going through my bookmark from the very last to the very first. So it's going in the opposite order. So the very first is gonna come very last. Alright, so the thing is that when I say Eurovision, what's Eurovision? So I had to go and look it up. So it comes out, I found out it's a European group music that I think it's only European who's participating in it, right? So each of the European countries send, let's say, some of their artists to go perform, and then they vote on that. That's my understanding of it. I may be wrong because I never heard of it until this weekend. So when I saw it and I went to look at it, and then after I look at it from either Page or Myra thing, and then I start seeing other thing about Eurovision, and this one was one after I saw it, so I bookmark it. Okay, without the UK, half of these countries will not be free to perform in any song contest. Arguably, the other half will not either. That thanks. Okay, nil point. All right. So when I saw this, and I was like, phew, why did he have to bring politics into that? I mean, if you think about it, if the UK were to be honest with itself, they should not even send somebody over there or a group to be participating, because they took themselves out of British. All right. But he went and bring things here, and there's so many things. It has to do with politics, but I'm trying to stay away of that. All right. Yes, I still have good attitude to UK people, because UK Royal Navy helped Estonia to become indebted by its president in 1918. You don't have the same type of people in the UK anymore. All right. But I despise UK media. All right, British royal family, because of smear campaign against Meghan. The current government, which allowed this, no society should allow collective smear campaign like this. All right, so this is people talking about a perfect demonstration on Twitter, special English exceptionalism from Mr. Harwood there. There's 3 comment here. Okay, it didn't help the comment for Holden giving the point either. Sum up perfectly. All right, let's see here. Okay, it's so depressing when people use Eurovision to score political point. Eurovision Song Contest is a festival of people coming together to celebrate music. Has it ever occurred to them that people vote for songs they actually like, and we then come last because of one of two? So is it because who vote for that? Is it like people made phone calls to call, like American Idol, this type of thing? Okay, we came last because the European hate us. Surprise, surprise. Okay, the song was horrible. The singer showed no effort in the performance. Dull, dull, dull. Okay, I didn't see it, so I can't comment on that. Sorry, Eurovision voting has always had a political leaning. Look at the way Russia buttered up the Russian black and Moldova tonight, just before the Moldova election, for example. Okay, I don't know anything about that. Maybe it's the familiarity, and they have the same vibes. That will be why Greece and Cyprus have awarded each other 12 points for the last 50 years. Okay. How come Ireland won its 7th time, albeit? Okay, the last one was 1996. Get over it. Ireland didn't even qualify for the final this year. Time and taste change. All right, so, okay, I don't know anything. I don't want to comment on it. So this is that, all right? So that's that. Okay, now I'm out of this. So I went end that. So, okay, now, where was that? Let's see here. British imperialism was not about bringing freedom. In World War II, Russia and later the US broke the back of the Nazi regime, not Britain. So this is somebody who knows more about the political aspect of that. And it's some of the things that I've said. All right, with the... Let me leave that alone. I mean, people need to know their history. That's all. People need to know their history. So people need to really pay attention. Without paying attention, they want they're not gonna spell the whole thing out in front of you. This is what we're gonna do, this and that. Look at, even after they caught them, they're still fighting to pretend that what you see is not what happened. Look at what happened in January 6th in the US. All right, they're still fighting and saying, no, that's not what it is. We overplaying something where people die. Okay, all right. And look at what's going in the UK too. They still, saying, no, this is not what's happening. I don't believe your eyes, or false narrative. What you hear is not what you hear. Even Baldy saying all this thing, blaming what his mom said was manipulated by BBC. When the mom was willing to talk about it every places that she goes, anybody who was willing to listen. And there's a book, was it something Morton something book, and there's the audio with that speech person who was helping her with her speech. All of this, Princess Diana was putting the word out every chances that she get. All right, so they could blame BBC for whatever, but at least, there's other things that Diana said, and that could back up. She didn't need to be manipulated to say what was in her mind. All right, so they want to put that facade. That's fine. Okay, if that makes them sleep well at night, which I think it did. Whatever William just put out there. All right, girl, the humiliation. Wait until they realize the royals are just as unpopular. Okay, what did I just read? I woke up to chatter that the UK got 0 point. There it is. It was from Myra that I saw it. And then she put Eurovision. I was like, Eurovision? What's Eurovision? It's today that I went and searched what was Eurovision was. And I saw what it was, a music festival. Okay, girl, the humiliation. Wait until they realized their royal are just as unpopular. 0 is too high of a number. Was it negative something? Alright, it seems well loved Meghan. The Swedish commentator are so shady, they just said, quote, now the British reaction are as warm as they are toward Meghan Markle, end quote. But this song, Eurovision, they were putting that out there. Quite the dust up, but the UK said they are okay. It's a waste of money. They'll form their own. That way the UK person will win. I mean, oh my goodness. Of course they're gonna make sure their own win. Look at this. When you look at the how do you call this? The court system. Alright? They're gonna make sure of that. Okay? It's not a big deal. The US didn't get any point. Oh, did the US win? I thought they said it was only it's only, how do they call this? It's only European countries. That's what I saw from the thing. I was like, how we get dragged into the UK not getting point? We weren't even there. Okay, so alright, that's what I thought. The US should not be part of it because US is not part of the European countries. Alright, people's laughing. The public still cheer for James. That was painful to see. Alright, I love this for you. It's your bedtime Eurovision, which did come true. Alright, Europe hate us. We are a shit show. Alright, is that British BS attitude and mentality. They have been attacking the EU for over 5 years now. What did they think? The EU people were going to be okay with them talking shit about the EU for years. Shaking my head. Okay, how I scream and laugh when I heard Gotta Say We Deserve It. I absolutely hated the song. I don't know who thought coming out with a club anthem was going to do well. Is that what they did? Okay, Italy won and I'm happy. Congratulations to France too. Okay, the delusion though. Okay, I didn't see it. I have a cup similar to this. That's what I drink my coffee. It's how do you call the M&M cup? I went to one of the shop in Times Square and we bought the cup. I got a red, a blue, and a yellow. And the yellow is for me. Red, I think, is one of my son. The blue is for my other son. They very rarely use it. I'm the only one who's been using mine. Okay, the humiliation. Result for British and Megxit equals 0. Alright, I saw that last night. Okay, the answer is 0. Okay, it was, okay. It's what we deserve, to be honest. I hate us. Embarrassing. Nil point. Alright, next tweet. Alright, so this is the last one that I bookmarked for yesterday. Okay, clenching jaw, hands balled into fist, and a look of disgust. Ha, a day of church. Look at him. He looked like a child screaming inside. My goodness, where is the wife? Where was he going here? Is it church? It can't be church to wear your medals. Where was that? Damn, he looked like a man. Alright, let's see here. Oh, maybe that was for this? Where was that? Even here too. Okay, although he is only 2 years older than Harry, but he looks at least 5 years older. Look at Harry. Oh my goodness, you could look. His face is completely different from before. When you were looking at some of the, I know it is a different kind of, how do you call this, quality of what we're seeing because it's from the Apple TV. But when you were looking at some of the Zoom calls and stuff like that, I mean, throughout all of this, they've been crying. Go back to some of my old videos when they do some I don't remember which one. And I even said he looks like he was crying or something. I said something in that nature. And come to find out, they had a miscarriage. They had all sort of stuff. So, but look at his face now. Completely different person. All right, let's see. There's 13 comment under that. Oh, jeez. All right, error. Excuse me. He looks like his cousin twin. That's his cousin? Jeez. Oof. And you know what? Let me say, egg shredder. Yep, definitely. Diana came and was like, "Yep, gonna take my Spencer trait from ya. All he has left is the nose." LOL. That is hilarious. I hope I read it correctly. Okay, shudders. Yep, definitely. Diana came and was like, quote, "Yep, gotta take my Spencer trait from ya." End quote. All he has left is his mother's nose. LOL. Okay, Harry, I'm heading to the beach this weekend. What are you doing, William? Oh, that's 15 comment here. Jeez. Alright. Hard to believe this man is not even 40 years old yet. So glad Harry was able to save himself and his family. Looking all glory and incandescent. William, trapped in this zoo, role was raised to perform. Okay, he looked like as if ghosts of past came to haunt his sleep. Racists are in a permanent state of self-imposed inferiority complex, targeting two princesses because of who they are, Meghan, or who they date, Dodi Fayed, had the polar effect of their need for adulation. Diana and Meghan have global admiration due to their work ethic, royal family so desire. And the things that they could do it, and they have everything at their disposal, but the brain don't know what should I do? What should I do? All right, because people's always even if people were to tell them, you know what, here is Toni Morrison speaking about the irrationality of racism. Okay, I'm probably gonna get flagged. If I do, I'll just cut it. So, a minute and 17 seconds. If you take it away, I take your race away. And here you are, all strung out, and all you have is your little self. And then she said, and what is that? What are you without racism? Are you any good? Are you still strong? Are you still strong, smart? Are you still like yourself? She's explaining part of it, yes, the victim, because she's trying how terrible it is for black people. But she doesn't feel like she's a victim. She refused to be one. And the commentator said, the victim is the other person who is morally inferior. And so she felt like it's a very serious question. And she responded and said, if you could only be tall when somebody else is on their knees, she feel like you have a serious problem. If this is the way you feel, in order for you to feel superior and things like that. So she feel like white people have some very, very serious problem. I'm sorry I had to do this because lately YouTube is flagging me left and right. So I try to repeat exact the word that she said. That way I don't be flagged. Alright, but if I do get flagged, I'll just cut it out.
Is you take it away, I take your race away. And there you are, all strung out, and all you got is your little self. And what is that? What are you without racism? Are you any good? Are you still strong? You still smart? You still like yourself? I mean, these are the questions. It's part of it is, yes, the victim, how terrible it has been for black people.
But you don't like that.
I'm not a victim. I refuse to be one.
And the victim is the other person who is morally inferior and
that's a serious
to hold
question.
on to
of course.
Racism
if you
to
have to
somehow
hold, that's
for
right.
his or her own self-esteem and definition.
If you can only be tall because somebody's on their knees, then you have a serious problem. And my feeling is white people have a very, very serious problem. And they should start thinking.
Wow, that was powerful what she said somewhere here. If you could only be tall when someone is on their knees. Very simple words, but when you think about it, if you feel like you could only be tall when somebody else is on their knees, so what are you? What are you? If the person is on his feet the same way you're on your feet, what are you? Can you match? How are you? How's your thinking? How's, Let's listen to that. This is very powerful. Let's see here.
Of course.
Racism
If you
to
have to
somehow
hold, that's
for
right.
his or her own self-esteem and definition.
If you can only be tall
There it is.
because somebody's on their knees, then you have a serious problem. And my feeling is white people have a very, very serious problem. And they should start thinking about what they can do about it. Take me out of it.
Wow. I never seen this before. This is very powerful. Very, very powerful. Simple word, but whew. If you could only be tall when you're on your knees, what good are you? Okay? His pants are very ill-fitting. Gave him a stooped look, giving off Mr. Burns vibe. That is true. Trying to twin with Lord Voldemort. Has anyone else seen the resemblance lately? Yep. Okay, boom. Okay, he looks thinner and aging just like his wifey. Okay, the royal tailor must hate him. Oh my god. I'm distracted by the trouser. Why are they all bunched up and high water too short? Oh, is it too short? Was it? Oh. Why his back so crunched up like that? He seemed like he crunched up. My goodness. I mean, Alright, so I'm done with whatever I bookmarked yesterday. So there's some stuff I bookmarked the day before, which I didn't finish, which is that one. Alright, so I'll start the next video on this one. Let me go and do a prayer. I need to do a prayer for Harry's family. They need some protection. Okay, let's go. What was the thing that I did here yesterday? There was something new. Okay, for marriage couple. Let's see what goes for marriage couple. Okay, let's see this one. Dear God, thank you for this beautiful day. I pray over my marriage, asking that you infuse my husband and I with passion for life, passion for love and intimacy, passion to grow in wisdom, and passion to serve you together. May hope rise in our heart, and may our love burn for each other like never before. Yep, they need that as always. Alright, let's see it for something else. Let's do for protection. Alright, let's do protection. This, they always need it. Protection. Alright, let's do this one also. Okay, to I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge. Okay, I think I've done this before. Let's go for friend. Just friend general, because we consider them as friend. Let's go for image. Okay. What do we have? I think yesterday I did. Let's do. Okay, I'm aiming this one more than the other one. Let's do this one. A prayer for guidance. May the Lord be your solid rock. May He be your refreshing fountain. May the Lord be with you always. May you rise and soar on eagle's wings. Amen. Alright, so that's that. Alright, so please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. And some of you who have donated on my PayPal account, thank you. And some of you already know, I've said thank you already. I put PP in next to the thanks. You know who you are, and I really appreciate it. Alright, so keep our prayers going. Keep our prayers going. Even sometimes I forget to put a prayer at the end of the videos. Throw one. Whenever you think, just send some positive word into the universe, because the universe need to hear it. Because if the universe keep on hearing all this negativity, the tabloid, believe me, the tabloid is good at that. All right, magnifying negativity. The world might think this is what we want. All right, if you don't do the counter attack of it, all right, you don't need a big mic to let the universe hear you. All right, sometimes when I say these things, it may sound crazy, but when you start thinking deeper into things, you ask yourself, how did life come about? All right, who was the first one to come about? All right, so as crazy as whatever I may say may sound, just think about that. All right. Usually the universe go based on what is whoever has the mic. All right, So if the no one, okay, if you follow the mic, you go under the wing of the mic and there's no opposition to it, the world might say, okay, this is what everybody wants. Nobody's fighting it and said, okay, this is not good, this is not. So you need to tell the universe, no, they're not speaking for me, they're not for me, this is what I want for myself. All right, I want something different than that. So even if you don't have a YouTube channel, you don't have a podcast, you don't have whatever it is, okay, even when you're by yourself, okay, be your own mic. All right, speak for yourself. Let the universe know. Say, Lord, okay, what I just heard, this is not what I want for my future. I want something different. You don't have to be religious. I've said this. I don't know any quote in the Bible, even though I've read so many things here. I don't remember them. All right, I'm not a religious person. All right, but at least let the universe know there's something someone just said out there. No, I'm not for that. All right, each word you put out there, the universe hear it and said, oh, this is the way they want to go. So I'll make sure something happened, the connection of things to shape to that kind of world that you probably will be living in. All right, we all stay quiet when things were happening, and then the people continue with their nonsense. So you see what happened when there's opposition. All right, when people start talking. All right, even though Meghan and Harry were not really talking when they were in the UK, but guess what? Maybe their prayers, their friend, Tina and Michelle, who were seeing those things that were putting on the tabloid, and said, no, I don't want that. This is not what it is. This is whatever. This was a small voice among a megaphone that was telling the universe, this is not what we want. This is not what's happening. This can be true, or something like that, So the universe was listening little at a time. Guess what? More people, look at it. They got me. I wasn't even paying that much attention. So whatever Tina was doing, to tell the universe, no, this is not right. That's not true. Meghan is not like this, or something like that. All right, the universe said, okay, there's an opposition to that megaphone. All right, little at a time, we get more people to recognize the things that's going on. It got me eventually. Why they were talking so negative about her? Why this? And it took, I don't know why I came to the realization to look more into it. I don't know, because I was never into all of this. All right, so the universe here. All right, whatever connection that Tina was putting, it for some reason came to me to make that realization and said, okay, Meghan was an actress. I never hear anything about her. Why the few seconds that was she's over there? Why the consistent negativity? Let me find out. All right, through that, the universe just bring that question into my mind to find out, and then come to find out it was much more deeper than that. I didn't like what I was seeing, so therefore I turned my channel into that. Maybe the universe even knew before me that this is where my channel was gonna go, because it was sitting there for years and I wanted to be a little bit more political. But when I realized I didn't find my voice, I just let it sit. So yeah, you don't have to be religious. You don't have to open the Bible every single day, reading it, whatever it may be. But when you're by yourself, just send a positive word to the universe. Let the universe know the direction the world is going, the direction your life is going, whatever it may be. You don't want it to be that way. Please help me, or whatever force you have, to change the course of the direction those evil people who have the mic is trying to bring the country or the world to. All right, so you need to have let the universe know, this is not what you want. That way something could happen, the course of things could change. All right, so that's it. That's what I came about after that prayer. So I'm gonna go to video 2. So this is it with that one. So thanks for watching.
Thank